Do you guys have dreams and aspirations of starting a podcast also, but maybe your funds are a little too tight? Well, guess what? You can. You can also sell feet pits online, to get a little bit extra money. You can have our setup. Less than $1,000. You can have the same setup that we have, talking about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Just know it also comes with a downside. You get a lot of hate with it too.
Like, that is our probably biggest comment is, man, podcast equipment is cheap.
What's the Sigma? It's the brothers chatter.
You mentioned about being a fuck boy.
Yeah.
Fuck, is that a bug?
It was just thinking about elegant eating.
So I don't know. Did either one of you see the Pivot podcast? Had Anthony Mackie on it.
No.
I don't know what Pivot podcast
Pivot
is.
podcast. It's one. It's I believe it's Ryan Clark and Jamison Crowder, NFL football players.
Okay.
They're pretty popular. I see their clips on TikTok.
Why is
all
it
the
called
time.
the Pivot podcast?
I don't know. I don't like follow them that
I
closely.
wonder if they watch a lot of Friends.
But Anthony Mackie,
Damn, no one got it.
I got it.
Pivot!
You ever watch Friends?
Yeah, when they were doing
Pivot!
the couch. Yeah.
Anthony Mackie was on there, and I really like Anthony. Like, he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of good stuff. But I've seen a lot of clips on him, like on live TV over the years, where he's kind of like defending masculinity. And he did just that on the Pivot podcast. It's like an hour-long episode, but over halfway in, he kind of really gets into like the death of the American male, which, I mean, really kind of makes sense. I mean, boys are becoming more and more feminine over the years. We talk about toxic masculinity and how if you are masculine, you're seen as like an ogre or a caveman.
I think toxic masculinity is more just narcissistic people.
True.
And that's been a thing for a long time. The boys, males that are feminine, that's Gen Z. I have not seen that in millennials unless they're like, these fucking freak liberals, like crybabies. But like Gen X, I mean, you would never say Gen X is like, female-ish, but like,
No.
I mean, my kid bought a fucking hair straightener and a blow dryer.
Yeah, and I remember you kind of made a big deal, but like back in the 70s, that was normal for guys to do with their hair. Guys had
But we're not
longer
in the
hair.
70s anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're saying it's feminine. But back in 30, 40 years ago, that wasn't considered feminine.
Yeah, but
guys
I
had those
feel
problems.
like they went to like a barber or hair salon to get that done. Like, I don't feel like they had that stuff
Yeah, but
unless
it
it was
didn't
their moms or their
It didn't stay like that.
girlfriends
They
or
still would
whatever.
have had to style their hair every morning or at least a couple times a week.
Well, again, it's not the set. That was
Caleb,
50
I don't think
that was 50.
I don't think you're gay for buying a hair straightener or curler.
No, he's pretty gay.
not wrong.
So I thought we could watch a little bit of the
Speaking
clip. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with my look? Don't be hating on my fit. I
Talk
wear
about-
this to bed at night.
Okay,
So
well,
that-
I'm pretty sure it's fucking noon. So
I didn't get a chance to do my hair this morning, so
I'm not trying to hear none of that shit.
and it was light out, so I wanted to. No, I'm representing a look brand.
Well, and then your child also wears it. Plus, wears a guardian cap for touch football.
That they have to wear those, though.
Yeah,
they are
well-
kind of. And those aren't the guardian caps; those are the soft shell caps.
Still pointless. Soccer players don't even
You're
wear that shit.
pointless. You're pointless. So I thought we could watch a clip from this podcast and talk a little bit about Anthony. Thoughts?
You fuck Ryan Flirt.
You know,
I did, though.
that's what I'm saying. but
Straight
that's
up.
real.
Yeah.
That's where
Still look at
we
him like
came
he's like a
from. I
Dollar
keep
General
my
Will
boys
Smith.
humble.
Yeah, fuck
Like my
Ryan
boys
Clark,
have
too,
never
though.
had a pair of
Racist
Jordans.
ass bitch. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
Okay.
Fuck him. He's hates white people.
Do you think that like when he first came out, Anthony Mackie, I looked at him like he reminded me so much of Will Smith.
A little
Not
bit.
really.
A little bit. I mean,
Like maybe the eyebrows.
His
the way
mannerisms.
the way he talks.
My boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a fuck. I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities. for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however
He's
you
not
feel
wrong.
about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men.
So I think some of this, I was doing a little bit of research. Some of this stems back, and I do not mean this the way it's going to come off. Some of it stems back to the Me Too movement.
I think so also.
all
Because men
that-
are scared to be men now.
Well,
Yeah.
there's been times where like men hold doors open for women because I do it too. Like, I mean, I hold doors open for everybody, but
Yeah.
especially like if I see a lady with a stroller or something, like
Absolutely.
you pull the door open and then like there was videos where people were like, women were flipping out like, you think I need you to hold
I
a
don't
door
need
open
you
for
to do
me?
that for
I
me.
don't need no
Yeah.
fucking man to do that.
I've never had that happen
I
before.
mean, I've never either, but I mean, there's just videos of that happening, and then people were kind of like,
And that's like holding the door open. Like, I can actually say I'm proud of my son. Like, the one day him and his girlfriend, well, sorry, ex-girlfriend, but sorry, I didn't mean to put your business that part out.
Oops.
They left one day, and I was going outside to like get the mail or something, and I actually saw him go to the other side of the car and open the door for her, and I was like, I did good.
You do that for your wife?
Because
she's, I don't do that because, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's quicker for her just to get the fuck in and out the car than me to
True.
get my fat ass around it.
And I won't say I do it all the time, but I do. Especially if we're like going to dinner, it's just the two
Yeah.
of us, I do.
But it is like for a young kid like that, that's a good thing to see because he's got good morals. And I know with women, I am never going to have to worry about him because he will always be respectful to women.
The only thing you do have to worry about is being, because not all women are created equal, not all women are good women. So you still have to worry about him getting stuck with a woman who's going to take advantage of that kindness, that the fact that he's a good man. I think some of it also stems back to feminism. I'm not saying it's not, there's nothing wrong with a woman being independent, but to say I don't need a man, that's no different than me saying I don't need a woman.
Yeah.
It also, like, from a man's point of view too, like, when you're that guy who walks around like a bigger guy, you walk around, you have that kind of like cocky attitude.
Yeah.
Not that you're cocky, but like you just know, like, if I'm walking in a place, I know I'm not like 6'4", but I mean I'm 6 foot. I'm a big fucking guy no matter what.
Yeah.
So like when you walk in somewhere and you have that kind of attitude that I have, people automatically assume you're just a douchebag, a fuckboy, some fucking crazy. Like we were talking about it the other week, like especially now, like because when I would go to bars, it wasn't that bad, but like now, like Cam's probably like 4 or 5 years younger than me. He would go to bars when they were surrounded like 21 and stuff. It seemed to be the fight was always the biggest fucking guy there. Like somebody always came to the biggest dude and said something to him, even though like this dude is the nicest fucking guy ever. People always go to the biggest dude now and they try to run their mouth because they think, oh, this guy's he's the fucking tough guy. I'm gonna fucking go to him. So I think now
isn't that like the prison rule, like the yard rules? You go find the biggest motherfucker and smack him.
Yeah, and if you can hold your own, like you're not going to get fucked with the rest of the time.
I mean, like I had a label on me, like because I'm a big guy, I'm an asshole. Not that I'm not respectful, but like I say what I think, and I don't give a fuck if it hurts your feelings or not.
Yeah.
On top of my dumb tribal tattoos, so like I was automatically labeled as a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
From just my body type, and that's crazy because when you look at women who wear bloody ass clothing and you're like, oh, you're a whore, and they're like, you're fucking judging me off that.
Yeah.
But I'm getting judged off my appearance.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Standard.
And the whole women who say, I don't need a man, you may not, but you don't have to go out of your way to make that your identity, that I don't need a man. But when it comes to like something breaking down on your car, you get a flat tire on the side of the road, you're the first to try to find a man to help you because you can't do it on your own. Shout out to Mom, who when her water pump broke on her car, she changed her water pump by herself on her car when she was like a teen or 20s.
Yeah, I can't remember the full story, but
so shout out to Mom.
You also
shit.
You gotta look at people's backgrounds too, because like not just black people, but a lot of people without dads in their home.
Mhm.
Those dudes become more feminine
Yeah, I think some of it
automatically.
stems from that too.
But from my aspect is like I had a dad since I was like 4.
Yeah.
Like you live with your dad abandoning you, but I saw what my mom did from a young age, and as I got older, as I started to understand it, it made me give her respect because you held shit down when dude just dipped on you.
Yeah.
You held shit down. So that's like I think that also kind of shapes you. Your mom might make you more of a fucking man than your actual dad does. Your dad teaches
Just
you
depends
like
on
some
what
of
kind
the
of
man stuff, like
parenting
hey,
they
here's
have.
the tire, here's this sports. The mom teaches you the respect
The
aspect.
respect part.
It's a team.
Well, I
It
don't
is a
know.
team.
Me and Ash kind of do both. Like, yeah, I teach him a lot of the stuff like to do with the
I
car
guarantee
or
you, he's more.
stuff like
He
that.
would be more upset to disappoint your Ashley first
Oh,
before you, though.
absolutely.
That's
he
how it
is.
always. Like I'm
Absolutely
always
he is.
more afraid to tell my mom something I fucked up on.
Yeah.
Even though she's more understanding than what like your dad would be, but you're more fucking upset. Like you'd be more devastated when your mom's like, "I'm disappointed in you."
Yeah.
You're like, "Motherfuck."
Yeah. Yeah. That's same.
And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, "You the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night. This alarm is on. You text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up."
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, motherfucker climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, motherfucker jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different. You feel it when you go to Europe. Like you see these and you're like,
He's not wrong.
bust your ass, boy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You go to Europe.
Tight
and they're
ass pants.
Yeah, tight ass pants. Motherfucker, when good, boy, you better lotion your ankle. Like, you feel it when you go to Europe. Even when you, like, I was just in Kenya and I was walking around, I'm like, yeah. Dude was like, "You ain't from here." Like, nah. Like, yeah, I could tell. I know you can. I could tell I ain't from here. You know what I mean? It's just that American
They said the same
male
thing happens in Kenya.
masculinity is something I think is very important for boys. Because now our little boys are afraid to fail, so they don't try. You know what I mean? When we were kids,
Damn.
we did tackle drills. We would run face first into each other.
We just talked about it.
shooting they shot.
Dudes don't even talk to a woman face to face.
They don't know how no more because
They don't know how to.
Yo, women have they are so mean and so angry, bruh. I saw this. My nephew was
Pause.
talking.
That is true. Did you guys ever ask a girl out through text or anything like that?
No.
Like I've had.
I was
like,
in the start of the age where like you met
Instant
him on MSN
Messenger,
Messenger,
a little bit.
but like
Yeah.
you would always like flirt around more in person and like talk in person more than over.
yeah. I've never asked someone out over a text. Like, you know, we've texted. Like I've texted back and forth. Like, you know, through a text. That's how I found out that Ashley was interested in me. But I mean, that stuff was like face to face, and it actually surprised the shit out of me because I thought Caleb, like, he's had, you know, a few or more girlfriends here and there, and I always thought that he asked them out like over text and stuff. But I actually do know the one that this is right whenever he first started getting, because you know, like he was in middle school. Sorry, I don't mean to put your business out there again, but middle school he was kind of awkward.
Mhm.
But then like high school came around, and like this confidence came out of nowhere. And it just started, and like he was walking around with his friends at the fair, and he actually walked up to a girl and actually said, "Hey, I think you're really pretty, and you know, can I get your snap or
Can I get your
whatever?" Yeah, but like he still walked up to the girl and talked to her, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean,
But,
like,
like,
as
a lot
much
of
as
kids younger-
now don't.
as
younger
much
ones.
I was gonna say as much because like obviously like the mall, the fair, like we go to the fair that entire 7 days a week. We go to the fair and we're just sitting there just. No, it was kind of probably creepy-ish, but we were kids, so like
Yeah.
it's not that bad. But like you know, you're just posted up somewhere. You're like,
"Oh yeah,
there's that group of girls were coming up,
our fair has turned into just like
hollering
slut
at,
city."
yelling at the
I don't
ones we
go to
want. Like, oh damn, girl! Like, I mean, we weren't like, yeah, you're so pretty. Like, we didn't say like a
You're like, no,
fucking
you were like, you're trying to fuck. You're
douchebag. No,
trying to fuck.
I would look. I was like, damn, girl, like, what's up?
How did I approach girls? Oh, I was awkward too. Hi.
See, I had like,
yeah. How did
What's
you? I mean, you worked with Tammy, but how did you like when you were interested in her? How did you approach her? She was interested in you first,
Pulled
wasn't
your
she?
dick out.
No, she definitely was interested in me first. We were just friends, and we went to have a cup of coffee late one night. We were just talking, and we were going to leave, and it kind of just turned into
You fucked her.
no.
Oh.
I was at the restaurant, dude. I ate there.
No, it wasn't at DH3's. It was at Penny's Diner. Used to be up in Mobile.
That place was
And
actually good.
anyway, no, we didn't just have sex. We kissed
Oh.
for the first time.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, most of the girls that I dated, they actually approached me first and told me that they liked me.
But it also, you're blaming. I mean, obviously, maybe he hints in the hour-long podcast, but he's missing. He has to blame some of his fellow athletes as to why
Yes.
some of these fucking kids act this way. Because when I was growing up, you're watching Kobe's fucking, I caught the tail end of Michael Jordan, but you're
Yeah.
watching those fucking dudes. You're watching Sanders. You're watching all these Emmett Smith, Barry Sanders. Like, you're watching these dudes, and you're like, damn, like, these dudes are fucking, like, they're dogs. Like,
Yeah.
there's no fuckboy fake gangster shit
No.
about them. Like, they're just men playing sports. Like, you're watching all this shit. And then nowadays, no offense to some of them, but like, you're watching the fucking receiver show with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
You got like 18 identities. Like, it's almost like fucking Tim as a wide receiver.
Look at
Like, that's
look at
like,
Pat Mahomes'
I'll
brother.
take that as a compliment.
yeah, I mean, Pat Mahomes, like all of them these days, even Josh Allen has like dumb quirks. You're like, you guys are some fuck boys.
That actually, he reminds me what he's saying. Did you ever see the video of T.I.? Whenever it was just, like it was like a recording, like somebody recorded it from their phone. His son is apparently like trying to become like a rapper or whatever, and they were shooting a video with like like all these expensive cars, and they got guns out in the video and all this shit. And T.I. walks up to his son and his friends and goes the fuck off on them, but not like in a like gangster ghetto style. He's like, you guys why do you guys have guns in here? He said, you're not about that life. You look at where you live. You're not about that life at all. These aren't even your cars. Why are they in your video? Like, I like the respect aspect that he showed. Yeah, he was a rapper and all that too, but he also came from nothing. He came from the streets. These kids didn't. So he was like, talk about where you actually came from, not about where you want people to think you came from.
But at the same time, those videos, like, let's say for those videos who those things do belong to, those people that have their guns, their money, their cars in there, doesn't it also then glorify that lifestyle?
I mean,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, but like, I see your point, but I also, the people who are really in that fucking shit every day, rapping about that shit, I get that. That's like your way to like, they're never going to say it, but it's like their poetic way to be like, relieve a little stress or whatever.
It's their way to vent.
But I have the problem when you got the dudes act like they're fucking tough, rapping like this shit, and then all the kids are seeing all of this. They're like, yeah, look, yeah, this is cool as shit. Like, hell yeah. Same as the athletes. Like, come on. Sportsmanship used to be so fucking big.
Yep.
And then, like, now you're watching these dudes, as soon as they lose a game, fucking storm off to the locker room, fucking throw their helmet.
Well, the guys that win, they're, whenever they're going in line to shake hands, you got the winning team. They got belts in their hand because they're going belt to ass with the players.
Everyone,
I would deck a motherfucker if he did that shit to me.
It's social media has made it worse because it's so spread out. I mean, we copied people when we were younger.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, they copy everything. I still remember.
That's that problem right there. That's another party's missing.
I still remember like the boys after like games and whatnot taking pictures with their friends, and like 1 minute it's this, which that one I get. Like, we're number one. You're not technically number one just because you won, but hey, you won. But then it turned into the fours.
Yeah, I don't know what a four is.
They didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
then it turned into this. I've seen so many different. It's just something that they've seen online.
Oh no,
I'm just like, what does that even mean? Like, why don't we just stand there and?
I had to
if you don't even want to smile, just stand there.
I had to mute your kid on Snap because I was tired of seeing his story in the school bathroom, just holding up a sign with other kids. I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing, stupid.
To this girl, oh my God, dude, she just killed him. I mean, he was like, excuse me, how you doing? She goes, ugh. How do you come back from that? Yo,
Yeah,
he
how
just
do you
walked
come back
over to
from
me. I
that?
gave him his beer. I was like, there you go, bro. That didn't happen. Let's start over.
Who would
Let's
that
start
do?
over.
Like, don't
You
waste time.
said
doing it.
Betty White shot her shot at you, and you flinched. You ain't doing
Yeah,
that.
I think that's pretty much the most of this one. I mean, talk about fear of rejection. I mean, that's for years, right? The
Yeah.
last 50, 60 years, that is why boys don't approach girls because they're worried about fear of rejection. Majority of the time, if you just took your shot,
Yeah.
they would go out with you. But now it's like,
But see, and that I
It's
always
like,
looked at
damn.
that, and
That's
I
not
think
just a
most men
girl
should look
thing.
at that as a
That's-
challenge because that can actually help build your confidence.
agreed, but
That's-
you don't recognize that as a
Well,
teen.
so,
You don't
like,
pick that up
yeah.
until later in life.
I think you
Most
can- no,
teenagers
because,
don't
listen,
recognize
if you
that.
can get through that and approach another girl after some girl looks at you and goes, ugh, if you can do that again, that helps build your
I
confidence.
agree with you, but most teenagers
I-
aren't there.
No.
I'm telling you, watch our group run the fuck around. Not all of them, but most of us that ran the fuck around. I swear to God, dude, and I've got a lot of fucking bodies under me. All right, I take pride in pussy was pussy.
I know where you're
You
going.
know, I would go. They were walking around like a football game or something. I'd be like, I was holler at this one girl. She's like, like I'm a player. I ain't feeling or whatever. And like I come up to another girl. She's like, yeah, no, like I don't like your fucking long hair or whatever. And then so I'm just going one, boom, and then next thing you know, like maybe the third try, the girl's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. All right, let's go fuck. So then we go do it or make out or kids, get numbers or whatever. It wasn't always fucking.
Yeah.
And then like after that's done, we're going to a party after that. So then I'm hollering at some other girl. Like you might strike out 10 times a night, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave with 3 numbers or some fucking pussy.
Wait,
Yeah.
so you had that confidence, you had that
Because
experience.
Yeah.
it wasn't like when the girl says a lot of us were like my age when we looked at it is like, yeah, there was some of the dudes who like they didn't want to be told no because like it hurts their ego, but like I looked
Yeah.
at it like this. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna walk up to you. If you tell me no, that's the worst thing you're ever gonna do is just tell me no, and I'm gonna say, oh, okay, cool. You could have got this shrimp dick, but I guess you ain't want it. So then I fucking go to the next
also-
one.
I think it has to do with your place in your social
Agreed.
thing too. Like in high school, like
Your
if you're
social
a
group.
football player and you're one of the more popular kids,
That plays a factor.
you have that
Plays a
confidence to
factor.
go
Like-
from one to the next. But if you're not in like the popular crowd and you're kind of
It
like
wasn't like
more with like the nerds or the outcasts or something like that, and a girl rejects you, that kind of hurts your self-esteem and your ego a little bit, and then it's like you're in your head. How do you approach the next girl then? Are they gonna that is a bigger fear of
I
rejection.
was never like in that like
You're a football player.
yeah, like I'm not saying like because like you're talking like they're popular kids like
Oh,
that
I'm not
small
talking about
little
like
clique.
you're rich.
Like I mean I hung
rich
out with
kids.
all of them. Like I was friends with all of them, but I also chose my clique smartly because why I could have hung out. I'm not going to drop names because I know a lot of them have families now and stuff or good jobs and lives. But like I could have hung out with those kids who were doing the coke and all the shit I was doing also.
Yeah.
But I also remember my dad had a lot of friends in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So by hanging out with those kids, my dad had friends who was around those. So I was like, I'm gonna hang out with these people, knowing like my buddy Pro. I don't
Yeah.
fuck. I'll drop his name. Fuck him.
It's a valid point because we
But,
didn't
like,
have that.
No.
Bro, like everybody that Ro and stuff fucked with, like me and Ro were like sports guys, but our parents ain't really like have the circle with the people we hung out
Yeah.
with.
Our
So,
dad
like, I
had a
played
lot of
smart.
friends, but most of them didn't have kids.
Yeah, that's true.
So we
That's
didn't.
I mean,
why
yeah,
I
he did
just try
know
to
a
play
lot
it
of
smart.
people like through like baseball and
later
like,
in
his
life, but
customers and
early
stuff,
in life,
but,
he didn't have that. It was like his high school buddies. Remember, he hung out with the older crowd. Most of
Yeah.
them, they were just the party guys living in their 30s and 40s, and never, even to this day, don't really
some,
have.
Yeah, some still.
I'm not trying to
are.
be mean, but they don't really have much families.
But-
Some of them have never been married or don't
Yeah.
have any kids.
It
and-
also went to like with the clique stuff, like they hung out with each other the same shit. Everybody did the same shit every day, same shit up there. Like
Yeah.
I like to be sporadic. Like the group I like hung with, like we were all athletes and stuff too, but
Yeah.
like ours was like one day we might go to a dude's house, chill, kick it, play video games, fuck around, watch Teen Mom or something, just something stupid, just dick
Yeah.
around. The next day we might be going to a party somewhere. The next day we might be going fishing somewhere. Next day we're all just fucking around I like to be sporadic. Like I like to not do the same shit every day.
Me and you are a lot of like, because that's why I had like two different like crowds that I hung out with. Like I hung out with like a bunch of nerds in high school, and like those are people that I could like go hang out with and play like video game stuff with. Then I was friends with like sportier people, like Joey and I don't know, Craig's really that sporty, but we always like to go and play like basketball and shit, or do home run derby and stuff. So,
Well, shit, like because I limited myself in middle school. Because I peaked in middle school. I'll tell you that right now. I was that athlete that I was like the top athlete in middle school. Like basketball, football, it was like me and like two other, like we're just neck to neck, like we're just ballers. Like on the court, I was a
And then in
dog.
high school, everybody passed you up.
And then in basketball it happened because I was always a center in middle school because I was always the biggest
You were
one.
the biggest one.
Like plus I was already like without even lifting much, like I was already getting like just naturally big.
yeah.
So then in high school, I learned how to play center. So I had no dribble, I was a post Shaquille O'Neal fucking center. And then in high school, when I'm staying 6 foot and everybody else is like, I'm playing a kid that I played in 8th grade and sophomore year, and I fucking put 25 on him. And now he's about fucking 6'2", and I'm like, fuck. So I realized basketball, I wasted my time by not learning more than just post moves. But football, it was also the same. Like, I was always one of the fastest ones. And then high school, I wasn't that guy who put in the extra work. Like, I'm going to say that now.
Yeah.
You need to have a talk with your son.
I coasted because in middle school, I was the dog. Like, I was one of the guys you hit
that early growth
every
spurt
fucking
too.
thing.
Yeah.
And I got cocky because my hands were always great.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I don't need to fucking put that extra work in. Fucking let them. So then you had the Clay twins who in middle school, which they would tell you the Clay twins were probably one of the best fucking running back duos that come through Fort Hill. Not the best, but like fast as fuck for white boys. I mean,
Wait, what was their first names? I think I remember them.
Dylan.
That's what it was. Okay, because I remember them like in papers and shit.
Middle school, they were like backups. They didn't really play. They didn't see the field much.
Yeah.
High school, they started putting the extra work in. They were getting faster. Next thing you know, Dylan's on varsity as a freshman. Garrett's fucking starting fullback. And I'm like, I've still got the fucking hands.
Yeah.
And then I had an ankle injury, started putting weight on, didn't put extra work in because I was always just naturally gifted. So I was like, fuck this extra work. And then by senior year, I realized, oh, fuck. I'm mid as fuck now. I didn't put I was still good, but it was like I didn't put all this extra work in that other people were doing because I just coasted off me.
Yeah. So by what, your senior year, would you play lineman?
Well, I went to lineman because we didn't have a good offensive right tackle.
Oh.
And it was either sacrifice playing tight end and play line so we actually had a complete good line.
Yeah.
Or be a dick and play tight end. Even because I knew at that point I wasn't going to college.
Right.
In my head, I always thought I was going to be a D1 AA athlete, or I was going to go play and ball out at like. And then when I realized, one, your grades are ass because all you did was smoke weed and do coke and skipped hella classes and didn't do homework. I realized, oh fuck, college is probably out the window because I barely got through high school. So
Yeah.
sacrifice. But my motto was, I got told this by a buddy. It was like freshman year. He was putting bodies and bodies on. I'm like, I said, damn, like I'm fucking a lot, but like he's like, yeah, you're going after all like the 7 ups. He's like, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, girl who's a 10 has the same pussy as a girl who's a 3. Pussy is pussy.
Pussy is pussy.
Unless
he said
it
it doesn't.
that makes her a 3.
I fucked a girl who I could smell that shit through her jeans.
Dude,
Didn't
My
give a
dad
fuck.
used to
That is
say, if
fucking
it smells like fish, you got a good dish. Not rotten fish. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
It is.
Wait, did Dad really say that?
He said it to me one time.
He probably thought Tim was gonna fuck more than you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So we
Look how
do
that
have.
Right?
We do. So we do.
He gotcha.
So we do have another clip from Anthony Mackie. You've probably seen this one when he was on the Wendy Williams show.
I think I did see this one.
And this is another kind of hint to the whole, not just masculinity, but gender roles within the home.
I hear you and I have something in common. You believe in a lot of cases that men and women have roles.
Oh, yeah.
All right, will you say it?
Oh,
Get
you
mad
better
when
believe it.
I say
I'm from this. Yeah, you better believe it.
I mean, I know you're from New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm only from Jersey, but I do believe that if he wants a sandwich...
You make daddy a sandwich.
Most of the time.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
you punch him in the face.
You want me to smack him in his mouth, right?
That's right.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
so you make daddy a sandwich.
I think I will after I get out of the shower. But it'll get done.
If I'm outside cutting that grass, bring daddy some lemonade. It's hot outside. I'm cutting all this grass.
But what's not hot is when girls call their man daddy.
No.
That was the thing. She didn't like the daddy
You
part.
asked your...
I have one father.
Ask that dude back there.
You know what?
My man.
They do like it.
You got a problem with being called daddy? You got a problem with being called daddy? All right, you better... Hey, you better go home and call your man daddy.
I've never been called daddy.
Like, I'm not big into that. Like, I don't give a fuck if... But...
Although it might be weird because... Well, she used to have daddy issues, not anymore.
I guess, like, I think I'm, like, new age traditionally. Because, like, I don't believe... Like, I feel like if a woman wants to work.
Yeah.
Full-time job, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Yeah.
But I do look at it as, like, all right, although I was terrible at this for a long time, but I'm starting to get better, poor Alexis. But I am starting to look at, like, all right, men do the yard shit, and that's, like, something, like, they can. Like, hurt or something. Shovel snow. Brush your car off for your wife if you can. Take the trash out. Take the trash out. Woman, to me, unless the man likes to cook. So I'm not, because I know you do like to cook. I'm not going to, but traditionally to me, I don't like to cook. So as the woman, you cook.
Man, I don't
wash the dishes.
Do laundry.
You do the laundry. I will help do the other chores. So like my job is the bathroom. So I do the bathroom. And I fuck the toilet up the most. I do the bathroom. I mop, sweep the floor. I do the kitchen sink. He just does a bathtub. And then, like, we split the rest of the chores in the house, like, cleaning-wise. Like, I'll pick up a broom and sweep and mop and stuff. That don't bother me.
Yeah.
But dinner, laundry. Actually, I don't mind doing laundry, but, again, it's like one of those, like, you should do it. Because you have a certain way you like to wash your clothes. I just throw mine in for the fucking water, and I throw mine in for max dry and call it a fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, the woman's usually the one who's like, I had this shirt, you can't do this, you can't do this with this shirt. And I said, Alexis, you just do the laundry thing, because I'm a fucking max dry everything.
I mean, for us, it's just there's some shirts that we have to hang up, we can't dry. Like this shirt, I can't dry because it'll shrink.
Yeah, I had a t-shirt shrink recently.
Like most of my shirts, I hang up, but everything else goes in the fucking dryer, and you don't have to fucking mix. You can mix colors, and you can even fucking throw whites in there, unless you're using bleach.
Yeah.
Or unless the shirt
giving us a lesson on fucking washing clothes.
I am, or unless the shirt is brand new, because then the colors will bleed.
Thank you, honey.
Me too, Marine over there.
Listen,
no, I'm cool. Like, because if Alexis was like, if she was like, "Hey, can we start splitting this?" Like, I will gladly like do like other stuff too. Like, I'm not saying dishwashing should just be. I don't like the feel of the water and the like plate grime on my hand. I hate that fucking touch. So that's why I don't do it. I will help with laundry if she needs me to or something, but like our basement stairs are kind of sketchy for my side.
I know what you need, and it changed my life.
I wear gloves.
No, a faucet that has a sprayer.
I mean, we had one, just the water pressure starts on it.
Oh, I
still don't like it. And plus, apparently, I wash dishes wrong anyway.
Probably,
I'm that man that just like rubs shit down, and then I look, and then I rinse it off with the like. I rub it with the soap and stuff, like the sponge. And I like rinse it off, and I'm like,
listen, what you need.
I do my own laundry.
Sponge and steel wool. First, you spray everything off, so that way you don't have to clean it that much. Then you take the steel wool and and your sponge lasts longer.
Yeah, a lot of times
you're not helping your fucking case, dude.
I mean,
I make things easy for me.
I'll do our laundry together. The only thing I really ask or have preference is like dress socks have a tendency to pick up loose hair.
Oh
She's
yeah,
got
yeah,
longer
yeah.
hair, and I can't stand it whenever I get hair in between my toes. It's one of my
Yeah, I hate that.
my little pet peeves. So I always ask, like,
I don't
please do
wear
the
dress
socks and
socks.
underwear separate from everything else. And if she doesn't, I'm like, I'll just do my own laundry.
Yeah, I don't wear dress socks.
I offered Alexis like just to get 2 laundry baskets. I throw my dirty clothes in one, you throw your dirty clothes in one. Because we usually have to do 2 loads anyway. Because I've never seen like I wear fucking 5 pairs of fucking shirts a week for work. I wear fucking 3 white beaters and I wear fucking 1 pair of pants. I've never seen. I don't know where all her fucking shit comes from, but it's all her fucking clothes mainly. So I told her at one point, why don't we just get 2 clothes baskets? You wash yours how you want to, and then you just put mine in for fucking what I said. You throw the detergent in it, you fucking put the water
Push the
on,
start button.
and then you fucking throw it in the dryer sheet in and hit max dry.
Max dry.
And then you wash yours how you want, and you wash mine just that way. It's simple. Because also, I'm starting to run into that. I was going to wear sweatpants today because it's a little chilly out.
Yeah.
I pulled these black sweatpants out of our fucking clothes basket because we are both very bad at putting clothes away. We just let them sit in the basket and pick them out of the basket and then rewash it. So it's pretty much a never-ending cycle because I don't give a fuck about wrinkles. I'm not a fuck boy.
Yeah.
But I pulled these black sweatpants out and it had her hair all through them. And I said, Alexis, we have a dog and 3 cats. Why do I have more of your hair than cat hair combined in the fucking last year in any of my shit? This makes no fucking sense.
You know what you do to freshen it up and get rid of that hair? It's not helping my case.
Club soda?
No, get a spray bottle with just water.
Oh my
Spray
fucking
it. No,
God.
spray the fucking sweatpants. Throw it in the dryer and put a dryer sheet in. Freshens it
I'm
up.
gonna get your back for a second. You can, for one solid 7 days, a full fucking week, cannot make fun of this man
No, time
anymore
out,
for being
time
a
out.
fuckboy.
Because
Because
these
you
things-
just gave me fucking Kitchen 101 from Martha fucking Stewart.
Okay, but these are things I learned on my own just by testing things.
You're still not helping your
but
fucking
see,
case. I'm
sometimes
not saying
I
your
don't have
mom
time
comes
to do
down
laundry, so
and
I'm like,
fucking. I
oh,
guess
here's
you
a
are
pair of-
kind. I guess you are saying like the wife right now.
Yeah.
not really.
Like,
But
stay
like,
home, like kind
Actually,
of.
you need to make sure you take your wife out to dinner.
Yeah.
yeah, take me out to dinner.
Well,
I
you
deserve it.
need to call her daddy.
I just
At this fucking point.
how weird would that be?
I'm telling you.
Oh,
you need
yeah,
to call her.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. You need to let her fuck you from now
Yeah,
on.
but like, all right, number one,
It's pegged.
like, money's tight anyway. I don't have a ton of clothes in my
I choose not to have
in my
a ton.
wardrobe,
That's
so
dumb.
and I don't always have time to do laundry. So like sometimes I'll pull a pair of sweatpants out of the laundry. I spray it down, dryer sheet, and it freshens it up.
That's awesome.
Pass that down.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking-
I think here's the one issue, and I've kind of had this for a while. Like, we're sitting here talking about the gender roles in the home, but isn't it funny how we're talking about sharing what used to be the women's roles? But yet, and maybe not some of these things you don't necessarily do. The men's role has not necessarily changed. It's still kind of your job
Some.
to cut the grass.
No, because I watched my
Fix the
mom.
car.
I watched my mom, like my dad and mom both equally. Like
Take the
dad would
trash
cut their
out.
yard a little more than mom. From what I remember, now mom's probably gonna say no, fucking no, you fat lying motherfucker. But mom would be outside just shoveling as much snow.
Yeah.
Mom would be outside cutting just as much
And
grass.
some women do. Some women do.
That's
but I
why, like
think-
Alexis, God, her asthma is fucking terrible. But I'm starting to think that it's random.
Isn't it? Isn't
You know,
it? It's
like kind of like,
convenient.
oh my
Convenient.
god, I inhale.
My asthma's acting up. I can't.
can't do it now. I watch her carry it down like trash sometimes if she like takes the trash down for me or something. When I like fuck my knee up or like.
Oh, you
sometimes
have to
I'm
take
just-
it all the way down them
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
that's why I take it down
would
once a
load
week.
that bitch up in the back of my car and drive around and drop it off in
Yeah.
front. That's what I would
But
do.
because like I look at it like I don't find the breadwinner either. Like there's no breadwinner anymore to me. It's like
No.
if you work, I work. We have combined income. Me and her have separate bank accounts though because
Yeah.
we both have dumb spending. Like she saves a lot, but I'm dumb with spending. I'll just blow
Yeah.
money. Even if I don't have it, I'm like, fuck it. What's another negative surcharge? Fuck this. I just take it. Now that's going to end because I'm,
Your bank has made so much.
But-
Well, my bank has
oh,
made so
facts.
much.
Well,
PNC loves
But
me.
he's also fucked up too. Like talk about mowing the lawn. Listen, you got 2 perfectly able kids.
They mow the grass all the time.
I'll do that. Well, because
I was
you
gonna
said you
say.
did.
I like doing it. I get my
Since-
steps in. I split the duty with them.
Since I bought my house,
I won't ask them to do something I wouldn't do myself.
Since I bought my house 7 years ago, I bought a brand new lawnmower with when I bought the house, and I have mowed that grass 0 times.
I'm going to tell you,
no,
Mike,
I'm sorry.
our
1 time.
father also did no yard work.
Oh yeah, he did. We also didn't really have a yard.
We did have a yard.
We didn't. It was
How
a
do you-
mountain.
It was never taken care
You
of.
couldn't mow that grass.
You could do other things, weed
Yeah, you could
eating and
weed eat,
whatnot.
but he would wait
Our
until
father
we-
never did
He would
yard
wait
work.
until it got as high as him, and then he would weed eat everything.
I would never ask them to do something I'm not willing
Yeah.
to do myself. And I don't
I mean-
mind cutting the grass. I use it to get my steps in and get
Yeah,
out of the house. And
I have a kid that can do that.
we split because this is a big yard to cut. So
I get that.
I'll do the back and tell them, like, hey, all you guys got to do is the front. And if you ask them, they'll tell you exactly that.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I lived here, I would probably hire someone to do this grass because there ain't no
Or a
fucking
riding mower.
shot.
I had a riding mower.
Yeah, but you're gonna tip.
No, you just got to learn how to ride. You
Dude,
have to learn how to
Green-
ride on the side
Oh, I
of the
know.
seat.
I do it at
I
my grandma's
rode a
house.
riding mower in my house for cutting
Yeah.
season. If I can ride a mower that
I know.
yard,
Like,
anybody
I would
can.
have to go up and down. I could not.
Motherfucker.
You try to
I
go,
go-
side
I
to
go
side.
side to
You know
side.
that, like the little dip in my main
Yeah.
yard where it's like I was riding that bitch like this.
That's
Well, I
how-
know at the top of grandma's
My
yard,
very
I was
back
going-
part here.
I was
had to do
leaning
that.
up the hill to keep it balanced. I'm just
Yeah.
fucking.
My very back part here, that's exactly what I do. I have to ride certain parts like this.
Yeah.
But I don't have one.
Because
I got rid
there
of
was
it.
times where the mower would start to go. I put my foot down and I'm cutting sideways. I'm using my foot to push off while I'm hitting the gas.
So I told Mom, I said, why couldn't you put the driveway at the top of the yard where the fucking hill is? But now
Yeah.
we have less grass to cut. Although now I feel like under where the pine tree got cut down, more grass can grow there.
Yeah,
Did you see Mom's message? How the fuck did rebar end up in the?
I didn't see the message.
Yeah, so they only cut down. Like it's still like they cut it down to like there's still a stump. The stump is like 6-7 feet high, maybe taller, because there's rebar in the stump. Like how the
Oh,
fuck did
somebody probably
rebar?
put into that tree and tied it to rebar, or
And it
something,
grew up
it
around
grew
it.
In the
Yeah,
tree,
well, yeah,
Wow.
okay, I guess.
probably what
Well, Mom
happened.
said that
God, I'm so smart.
that pine tree used to be by the front porch, and they used to put Christmas lights around it.
Oh, really?
That's when like Mom and Dad first got married,
Okay.
and then they moved it to the top of the yard. I mean, this thing, right? So
I didn't realize
where
that.
our old house is.
Mm.
We could go to the top floor, my parents' bedroom, and look out the window, and that pine tree is still taller than their
That's a
house.
tall pine tree. I never realized that
the
they
pine tree in
moved
my
it.
yard's fucking bigger.
Oh,
than mine,
yeah.
though.
When pine
But
trees get big.
It's gone.
So, you said you had a 3-year plan that you wanted to share. I figured you could kind of take us out on that note.
Yeah. Would it kill if we pause this? Actually,
Why?
I gotta piss so
You
bad.
Yeah.
fucking pussy.
Well, we were gonna.
You don't remember
right
what I
back,
said?
ladies
You
and
weren't paying
gentlemen.
attention. Well, I'm going to be taking a break from Spark anyway because I'm about to hit up with Petty to get that job out. That because I need a new
Or you
car.
just wait for ours in August when we're hiring a shit ton of
I
people.
can't.
and-
That's not guaranteed because you said they like to hire from within.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking
wow.
about fucking like normal employees. And August is our
Oh.
new contract.
Well,
You're gonna
see,
be
I'd
solid.
rather work the distribution center where I can work 4 days a week and be off 3.
That would be nice.
Or work 5 and
No, I'd
you're
rather.
paid really nice and more than what you
I'd
would
rather-
make out there.
Listen, a job's a job.
Just saying, you'll make
because I
more
need
money
a new-
here.
I need a car, and I can't go to the bank with like because car dealerships or finance companies they don't like working with people who do big jobs. Like you
Yeah.
can't prove what you make per year because it's you don't know.
True.
So I need a job where it's steady. I know what I'm going to make, and that way I can present that to the bank.
Well,
But I
on the
need a
way,
car.
Now you can be like, hey, you had. That way it's easy
Excuse
for
me.
you to edit.
Oh,
right.
okay.
3-year plan.
All right, so my 3-year plan, because I know last week, I don't think it was on the podcast, but I discussed about I needed to find a hobby with getting into cars.
Hmm.
So my original thought was I'm going to get into cars by getting the truck, fucking with it, and then like flipping cars and stuff. If it's on the cam, dumb idea. Because flipping car, like I'm going to sit on money. I'm not going to be good at it for a while, so like I'm not going to really make shit. I'm going to lose a lot of money.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I was like, I told Cam, I said, my problem is like, I have to stay focused on something. Like, I don't need to win money, but there needs to be like, I'm a competitive guy. I need to have something like that's what kept me streaming for so long and kept
Yeah.
trying was it's not like for the view, but it was a competitive side. So I need to have something that like because I think learning how to do this car shit will be really good because it's at least something I can like. They're like, damn, look what I did.
It'd
Yeah.
be good for your mental health.
But I was like, I need to find something. So Cam was like, dude, this is really simple. He's like, stay with me. Drag race, like straight racing,
Yeah.
like drag, because I thought this shit was super expensive. Now I'm never gonna run like what some like dudes run like 7, 6, 9 second. Like I'll probably always be like above like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
But it's cheap because you go buy like roller cars, which usually like no engines or transmission, they don't run. You can buy them. Like there was I think it was a 84. I think it was an 84 Corvette, but it was being sold for like 1,500 because like engine was shot like so. You buy that, you pretty much like work because you get to work on every aspect of a car, learning from it. Now I'm fucking with engines, transmissions, taking stuff out, but it gives you a reason to work.
Yeah.
And plus, you get to see your progress by taking to the track, doing times, or
So you're actually going to be driving.
You're gonna
it.
start.
I'm going to
drag
be
racing.
driving it.
Where do
But
you do the drag races at?
there's one at Hagerstown, Berkeley Springs does
Oh, okay.
one. I mean, like you gotta drive,
Yeah.
but sometimes our airport does one up here. But
Or do what Borland does.
and also, that's that. I'm never doing that. But also, you do like since they're historic tags, pretty much. I can make it streetwise too, so I can just drive it anywhere. If I want to come here on the podcast and floor it, I'm not going to street race because unless like it's nobody's around type shit.
So isn't that illegal?
Yes,
Yes.
but I'm not going to do like because I don't want to hit somebody and
Fast
then
and
get
the Furious
manslaughter.
out
That's
here.
stupid. I'd rather just do it at a track. Saying I won't drive fast sometimes in it, but they can fuck you.
Well, that was going to be my question, was because
More
like a lot of those, like they're not drivers, so you would have to buy a trailer to transport it to the location.
That's my 3-year plan.
Huh.
So my first year, like right now, is kind of save up a little more because my original plan was to get like an older truck, fuck with it.
I'm out. Does this mean you're not getting into cards?
We'll see. My plan is to get a decent because did you guys know to get historic tags on a vehicle is not 25 years, it's 20.
I thought
it was 25.
I always knew it was 20.
Thought it was 25.
Yeah, that's
20.
what I thought.
So now I'm like, okay, because what I need, the purpose of this truck that I get would be for it needs to be able to haul like up to at least 12,000 pounds. So I can save up a little more money, spend about 35 to 4, get a decently running truck off marketplace.
Yeah.
Maybe have to like tweak with a couple of things, like sometimes spark plugs or like fuel filters and stuff. Water pumps a lot too. For some reason they always break down from marketplace vehicles, but they're not bad. That's like what a water pump's like $50-$60.
Yeah.
And then I had no idea. You can go buy like we were looking on Facebook Marketplace last night. Somebody was selling a $700 fucking. It was like a 8x16 fucking car trailer. I think I got the number right. Like 16 feet long, 8 feet wide. I think is what it was. That sounds right. But they were selling because like they're like, hey, the toolbox is kind of fucked up on it. Like, we got to ratchet strap it down so it doesn't fly off or open.
Yeah.
And we have a new one. Like we're just trying to. You were scrolling like they're probably a couple $1,000s brand new. I'd say. Yeah. The most expensive one I saw was like $2,300. So I was like, damn, there's a lot of them for like $1,100-$1,200. Like, yeah, you might have to fix it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a trailer.
But it's like, it's just a trailer. So if I can get a decent truck and a trailer, and this first year is the truck, the trailer, and then I can go spend my money. It's probably going to be an old Mustang, like fucking old Mustangs.
Yeah.
Or a Corvette. Start fixing that up. That's my second year is start fixing it up so I can start maybe getting it on the road by the end of my second year. Start saying like, damn, is what I did in 2 years. Third year is the garage.
If this plan comes to fruition and actually works,
looking good,
I'm gonna be calling you all the time to fix my car.
Well, you're gonna have to bring it to Durham's garage.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Next stop, NASCAR.
And you're not going to charge me either.
Depends. You're gonna have to buy all the parts and go get them yourself. I'm not
he
going
just
to leave
won't.
to
He
do
just
that.
won't charge you labor.
I'm sorry, I'll
But-
pay you one time for $100.
No, I mean, like, because, like, I was looking at, like, one, this is great for me because it still has that competitive edge to go out to the track, bullshit with your buddies. Because, like, it helps that not only, we know, like, Conway and those guys who do it already.
Yeah.
On top of, all right, now I got my dad's buddy, Tom, his best friend. He's done this shit for years and years and years. Like, he got 3 classic ass fucking cars. So I have him to help. Like, he give a lending hand. Plus, Cam from work, him, his brother, a couple of his buddies, like they're all starting to get into the drag shit around this time now too. So like it's all of us pretty much starting together. So it's not like I'm going to the drag show by myself and
And
saying,
so the money that you're looking to make is money that you're winning from racing someone else.
yeah, I mean,
correct?
and, like I'm not worried about the money to make because at the end of the day, say I'm going to probably keep the first car I ever build as like this is like my possession, whether it's a fucking piece of shit or
it'll
not.
have sentimental
And that
value.
will get kind of pushed down to probably the kid
Oh yeah.
as like I get older and realize like, yeah, I can't really get my fat ass up in a car no more at like 60. So that will kind of get passed down. But I mean, or Alexis, I don't think she realizes how it's not like it's cheap. Like you can go out and get a motor for like $1,000 too, or
Yeah.
go to a scrapyard and just put a couple hundred in and fix it up. Like I don't think she understands. Like I'm probably going to get an addiction to buying vehicles because
Yeah.
the first one's always going to stay.
You'll have vehicles like all throughout your yard. You won't have a yard.
I want an El Camino, which you can find them on Marketplace relatively cheap at times.
An El Camino.
Because that's going to be like I'm going to go to like the car shows with.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like it could be a racer because they're
Yeah. It
pretty
is a
fucking
cool
quick.
hobby to get into. I would
Yeah.
probably be the same way. I would probably feel like I would get addicted.
Because it's
into
like I wake up and it's like, all right, I'm going to go outside, see the sunlight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I might be in a garage at that point, but at least for like the first year and a half.
You're not
2
sitting there
years,
fucking
but-
scrolling through your
Yeah.
phone on TikTok for 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably be scrolling through Facebook Marketplace looking for more buys. But
That's
like,
got a purpose.
it gives you like, because I'll be like, especially when the garage gets up, because one, I didn't know how cheap these fuck. You could get some of these things made cheap as fuck. The most expensive thing is gonna be the concrete block. I'm hoping I meet somebody along the way who knows how to do that, and I can get like,
What,
cheaper.
4 concrete block?
well, because it might have to be because I'm putting the garage in the middle of my yard.
So you want the a concrete pad?
It's gonna be a but they
You
might
already
have to
know
kind
someone who can do it. They can just pour concrete pads.
yeah, but I'm
over.
gonna have a retaining probably wall because
Oh.
like how my yard slopes. I feel like they're gonna have to
Oh,
at
your
least
cousin.
level it now. It's on mom's fence. But yeah, you know,
So-
I think I'm in it.
So I love the 3-year plan. And you're already kind of on the right path. Can I help you out a little bit? Because we were literally just having a conversation before you pulled up about how you change your mind constantly.
Yeah,
And I want to help you a
locked
little
in
bit.
now. Locked
Have you ever heard of something called
You
a
were-
SMART goal
You were locked into
or SMART action
streaming
plan?
also.
All right. So a SMART action plan is very simple. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
Fucking DJS coming out, and I hate.
No, this is
No, I
this is
literally
a
hate-
mental.
I literally hate acronyms now because of DJS.
Well, yes, they use a lot of acronyms,
is
but
fair.
this is really something that I've used to help kind of action plan to get things going. So you have your specific goal in mind, right? You want to work on cars,
Yeah,
drag racing, right? Garage,
learning.
just learning, just a hobby. Hobby is you're looking for something,
yeah,
right? Your time bound is a 3-year plan.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the easy parts.
Oh,
It's
it's
the
like-
middle part that's the hard part to fill out. So you need measurable goals.
I thought like year one was buy all the cars and equipment.
Okay. So year one, buying equipment, or we'll say tools, cars.
Cars.
Okay. Year two,
Year two would be getting the whatever race car I buy, getting that one ready to go out on the strip or at least the street by year 3. So like that whole year gives me time to get it all put together and mess around with it.
okay. So that still sounds pretty kind of vague. What you need to do is for year two, it doesn't have to be right now, really think about what you want to accomplish in year two.
Get the race car ready to go out on the drag strip and running. Because I would say it's 6 months, but like I don't know how long it could take longer.
It could take longer.
It might take long to find engines. Shut up,
And
Maureen.
it's a whole nother acronym. It's called the MOO
I didn't do
criteria.
anything.
The MOO criteria is whenever it's more measurable, observable, and objective. You need something a more specific goal. Like, so when you say get a car ready, how? Like, what does that mean?
To be ready to go on the track.
Okay, get car ready
Shut up, Marine.
to run, and then year 3.
I'm
You
interacting.
should be fucking excited.
I am excited. I'm listening, but I'm
year
interacting.
3 is, I don't know, because year 3 is probably
NASCAR.
now. Year 3 would be start working towards.
Building a customer base. Danny.
No, I'm not doing that shit like that.
Didn't you
I mean,
say?
I got help friends. but
Didn't you
I'm
say
not.
garage?
Yeah, year 3 would be like getting the garage set up and ready to go.
Okay, so you're kind of stepping up, and I mean, you can kind of take this and tailor it as you want. A is achievable, so setting goals that are achievable, and you probably don't want to focus too much on year 2 or year 3 now. You probably want to focus on the next months. The next
month is
6
actually
months.
saving up the money to buy the truck and equipment.
So we'll say 6 months, save money, right? How much money?
I'd say at least 4,500.
At least 4,500. And you think that's an achievable
Yeah.
goal over the next 6
Yeah.
months, right? And then R is relevant. You guys got to kind of figure out what are some relevant goals do you want to set. They're kind of like smaller, like little like win that you can get. That way you can kind of give, so you don't lose.
Clean off the other side of the garage pad to have room
Okay.
for the car to sit on to work on. Start getting the tools, like a toolbox and stuff, organized and ready to go for when this does start. So I have
Okay.
everything already there for when it does start happening. And then
Okay.
kind of start visiting junkyards and get an idea of like how many motors are there or how many parts are there, what's the process of taking them, payments, stuff like that.
Okay. No, I mean that sounds pretty good. And then the relevant goals can be really small goals. That way, it's ways to keep you motivated. Your short little wins
Yeah.
here and there, because if not, over the next 3 years, you're going to lose interest.
Yeah.
Right. So you can have this paper. I don't know if it'll
Yes.
help you. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But you can still have it just because I wrote it over and I don't want it. But these little.
Yeah, he's been checked out. Yeah, I think it's fucked up because it's crazy. Because
Well, no, because I wasn't. I mean, nobody was in like
in
I was
2
out of
years-
this part.
in
You
2
could have still
years,
engaged.
crazy.
You
I'm
were
gonna
faced
remember
that
this.
way
I
and
remember this in
talking to
2
him.
years when you're like, "Hey, Durham, like you're getting kind
No.
of good. Can you do this?" And I'm
No,
gonna be
you were
like, "Yes."
faced that way, interacting with him. You weren't even including me in this. So
That's my best friend. I thought
I
you
tried.
knew
I
me.
tried to include myself, but then I just got wrote off.
It must be that time of the year or
So
for that time of the month for Ashley's wife.
so
All right.
again, brothershatter@gmail.com. Hit me up.
We got to get out of here. Love you guys.
I love you guys. These guys, I just kind of like.
Damn. Gaslight the
Kind of like them.
That's fair.
Now hold on.
Hold on.
No. For some reason.
It's no pussy. I was trying to point the arrow at you. I didn't know if there's probably a couple drops I didn't want to spill them.
It's gone.
Anyway, we love you. See you next time.
Deuces.